The rebellion is spreading, and I want to be on the side I believe in. The deleted scene is in 2 parts and only lasts around 4 minutes in total, but it suggests a more radical Star Wars than we often recognize. It begins with Luke Skywalker in the Tatooine desert repairing a moisture evaporator. He notices something high up in space. Through his binoculars, he sees tiny, glinting explosions. He rushes to Toshi Station in Anchorhead, where a group of young people are lounging around. Luke is surprised to find his best friend, Biggs Darklighter, and greets him warmly. Biggs is on leave from the Imperial Academy. Luke's friends follow him outside to see the battle, but it has already ended. Luke is ridiculed for imagining it. Biggs remarks that the rebellion is a long way from here. One of the others doubts that the Empire would ever fight to save their system. But in the second part of the scene, Biggs pulls Luke aside and shares a secret. He has made some friends at the Academy. He is going to jump ship and defect to the Rebel Alliance. Luke almost explodes with excitement. The rebellion! Biggs encourages his friend to come with him, but Luke can't. He has to help his aunt and uncle on their farm. Luke and Biggs part, hoping one day to meet again. The scene would have been intercut with the famous opening sequence in which a massive Star Destroyer chases down a rebel blockade runner. Stormtroopers blast their way onto the ship, and through the smoke steps the evil Darth Vader. It was cut because it slowed the pace of the movie, but I knew this small bit of backstory since as a young fan I'd read the excellent 1976 novelization Star Wars from the Adventures of Luke Skywalker, soon to be a spectacular motion picture from 20th Century Fox, ghostwritten by Alan Dean Foster. The scene humanizes Luke earlier than in the released film. He's less a blank hero archetype, more an awkward young man, torn between the chores of home and the call of heroism. A galactic civil war is raging, yet he can only watch from the sidelines. But it also suggests that Luke and Biggs, and by implication many others across the galaxy, are more politicized than we might assume. Biggs explains that, "I'm not going to wait around for the Empire to draft me into service," a clear reference to the draft to serve in the war in Vietnam. As we'll see, Star Wars is very much informed by the protest movements of the 1960s. More than this, the saga is essentially a political story that continues to encompass today's conflicts. Luke and Biggs don't seem like radicals, just regular young people, but this is clearly not the first time they've discussed rebelling. It's what we always talked about, Luke. Trying to persuade his friend to join him, Biggs emphasizes imperial expansionism. What good is your uncle's work if the Empire takes it over? You know they've already started to nationalize commerce in the central systems. It won't be long before your uncle's just a tenant, slaving for the greater glory of the Empire. In the novelization, Biggs goes further. You should have heard some of the stories I've heard, Luke, some of the outrages I've learned about. The Empire may have been great and beautiful at one time, but the people in charge now, it's rotten, Luke. Rotten. Of course, the Empire does soon come for Luke, searching for 2 squabbling droids that are carrying secret plans for the ultimate weapon. This book is about how a real empire of authoritarianism and corporate domination has now come for us. It rose to power within weakened and corrupted republics. It promised order and security, but relies on domination and fear, and now threatens our existence on a planetary scale. But it's also about hope. Empire is more vulnerable than we often assume. The rebellion is all around us, and it is spreading. It is a struggle for freedom and democracy, and for peace and justice. In the face of multiplying crises, it is a rebellion that can no longer wait, and which will force us to take sides. To win, we need to tell popular stories about the need to stand against Empire. We need to believe that many more people are ready to join the rebellion than we are often told. And, among other things, we need to claim popular culture to do it.
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.